Hi everyone. Hope the lockdown is treating you well and hope you all are doing safe and sound and staying sane. I thought of doing something different. Normally, I would write out topics and we would discuss on the Learn to Stay Happy channel. But today, I thought we will do something new. We'll record a video and probably you can share your thoughts about it. So there's a research which says that listening to a video has a much more higher effect than just listening to some audio on, and all that, and the listening to the audio on has a much more higher effect than just reading something. So let's see how this works, trying something new. you know we've seen a lot of news in the news channels, the media, the memes in our WhatsApp group, the Facebook, about the COVID-19 situation. Some being memes and some just, about the hike of cases and all that rat race about the coronavirus cases rising up. So all this has sort of created some sort of negative energy within our mindsets, and it has just keeping we've been seeing only that and that and clinging on to that. So today let's just shift our perspective, bring in some light from within, shift it to something different. So no matter how much we complain or how much we crib, there has always been a magical power which has been sustaining our existence on this planet and making sure magical things happen to us. They may be as minute as, very small things, but they do happen. Very, very tiny things. Like, for example, everybody here would have at least faced one day or one situation where we said, "Oh, thank God, I've had a lucky day today. Thank God that did not happen to me." We always had that, little miracle magic working, even though it was in a tiny form or something, but we always felt it. So, that is something we call luck or some unknown factor or anything or question mark. But I would call that something, as we will figure it out later. But let's come back to what we normally do. So, normally when we started and our day goes, bad the whole day, we tend to cling on to that. Or if we receive a negative comment at office or at home, and we ignore the 10 good things that happen to us and stick on to that. So the mind has a tendency to stick on only to the negative. It keeps sticking on only to the negative. It does not cross the barrier and look beyond that. So we are kind of stuck in a particular zone, and that is the grumbling or the complaining phase. Like, we did not need this lockdown or the coronavirus to realize that normal days also we grumble. Initially we grumbled that we do not have the time to stay at home, and now we grumble that we cannot go out at all. So what do we do to this changing mind, which only clings on to the negative? So that is actually causing a barrier in our growth to experience that magical power or the divine factor which is present, but we just don't realize it because we are just stuck at grumbling. So I would call this the 3G process. We are all stuck at the very first G, which is grumbling. Now, in order to get to the divine or the magical force or something, that is which I would call as grace, we need to cross this barrier of grumbling where we are actually stuck. So how do we do that is what this video is about. Now, from to move from grumbling we to grace, we have to get into the second, which very important and interesting thing, which is known as gratitude. There are researchers, there are actually courses which teach people how to successful, the most successful person also to be happy on this planet. And you will find it that one of the key factor out of those is gratitude. It is very important to feel grateful from within for the things that are happening. It opens up a lot of things. There's this very amazing cool proverb that goes around social media saying what happens to you is actually the reflection of your own self. So if something bad is happening, which means your mind is just clouded with too many negative thoughts or emotions, and that's why you're seeing it as an expression outside. So if something good is happening, is also an expression of how good your mind is feeling at that point of time. Make sense? Yeah. So that's how it is. Like what you see outside is a reflection of what is in. So in order to attract it, I need to feel grateful from within. So even if there are 10 bad things that are happening in a day, I just search for those one or two things that because of which I was able to survive that day, and I cling on to it and I feel grateful from within for those people or for those situations to happen, then it is amazing. It is not just about going and telling a thank you to the person or to the situation. It is about actually having those feelings from within, about feeling so grateful from within that you actually survived the day. So if you have the capability to do that, you have actually crossed the grumbling barrier or the nature of the mind and moved on to gratitude. And then definitely you will see that magic flows in. If you still didn't get it, I'll give you a very simple example. You know, the sun is the same everywhere. It is giving the same amount of sunlight in all the different directions. But yet, when we go to buy a house, we do see how it is constructed and how much ventilation it is letting in. We see how is the surrounding, what kind of vibe is it giving to you, to us. Because what actually matters is the structure that allows sunlight. So similarly, grace or the divine or the magic is present everywhere. It is the key is in your hands. We are stuck at or we are locked by grumbling, and the gratitude is the key to open that door so that the light follows in. So it's very simple. Gratitude is like the key, grumbling is like the door which is shut. So to open it, you have to use the key, and then the sunlight or the divine energy, the grace will automatically flow in, and you will see, feel the magic everywhere. Today, being the Guru Purnima week, and also a week about 2 years back, I started writing my blog, which is Learn to Stay Happy. So I'm very, very grateful to all the people who supported this, loved it, and also, of course, my inspiration behind this, which is Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji. You know, so I am so because it's the Guru Purnima week, we have to, like we have learned a lot of things from a lot of people, and there is this element of a teacher in each one of us. You can even learn from a small kid. So just being aware and becoming acknowledging that we have learned something from somebody and being grateful to them for that is what this week is about, and celebrating that energy. So hope here everybody liked whatever I shared. And yeah, if you want to take away something from this thing, what I would say is, like, if you want to actually experience how grace works and stuff like that, very simple experiment. Every day, however good or bad the day is, just think of five things or five persons or situations which has made you survive the day and to whom you're grateful, and note it down, and then see how grace works. So that's it. Thank you. Jai Gurudev. And if you like, please do share it, because let's make positivity more viral than the corona.